came through here. Trying to figure out where, if I've missed some area that I need to explore. I don't think I have. That's where we came from, the basement dungeon. Explored this area, explored this area.
Oh, right. Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
That's the second floor, so I'm guessing I need to get through this. Wait a second, if I go through to here, into the basement cellar. That goes out to the main hall, but the main hall is locked up, so I can't get into there. So I have to go through the cellar? Am I going to have to go about some roundabout way? Yeah, looks like it.
Yes. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Everybody move, seriously, move your asses where I tell you to move your asses! And you, take a frickin' focus. Good grief. Alistair? Get your ass where I tell you to take your ass! Seriously!
And I'm off. And I'm off.
You have opened the gates. That is good. My men and I are eager to see our Arl again. Shall we enter the main hall together? It must be held if we are to regain control of the castle.
I want to look around elsewhere first.
As you wish. We will hold the gate and watch for anyone attempting to leave. Let me know if the situation changes.
Yes.
Ah, so this is the other side. Second floor.
So these are our visitors. The ones you told me about, Mother.
Yes, Connor.
And this is the one who defeated my soldiers. The ones I sent to reclaim my village.
Yes.
And now it's staring at me. What is it, Mother? I can't see it well enough.
This is an elf, Connor. You've seen elves before? We have them here in the castle.
Oh, I remember. I had their ears cut off and fed to the dogs. The dogs chew for hours. Shall I send it to the kennels, Mother?
Connor, I beg you. Don't hurt anyone.
Mother? What's happening? Where am I?
Oh, thank the Maker. Connor, can you hear me?
Get away from me, fool woman! You are beginning to bore me.
Grey Warden, please don't hurt my son. He is not responsible for what he does.
So he is an evil force you spoke of.
No! Don't say that! Connor didn't mean to do this. It was that mage, the one who poisoned Demon. He started all this. He summoned this demon. Connor was just trying to help his father.
It was a fair deal. Father is alive, just as I wanted. Now it's my turn to sit on the throne and send out armies to conquer the world. Nobody tells me what to do anymore.
Nobody tells him what to do. Nobody! Ha 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 ha!
Quiet, Uncle! I warned you what would happen if you kept shouting, didn't I? Yes, I did. But let's keep things civil. This woman will have the audience she seeks. Tell us, woman, what have you come here for?
I came here to help, if I could.
To help me? To help Father? To help yourself? Which?
To help the people you've
I was
terrorized.
just having fun. Everyone else had fun too. Are you having fun, Uncle?
Marmalade!
You see? We're having fun. I think you're just trying to spoil things. What do you think, Mother? I think it's threatening me.
I don't think.
Of course you don't! Ever since you sent the knights away, you do nothing but deprive me of my fun. Frankly, it's getting dull. I crave excitement and action. This woman spoiled my sport by saving that stupid village. And now, she'll repay me.
Where the heck is the mage? Seriously. He should definitely have some dialogue here. Is he like in my party that I can't actually change? I can change my party, okay? No? So where the heck?
Blood and damnation.
Blast it.
What do you need?
So, and
Yes.
oh,
God, Ma.
get away from me!
Grey Warden. Please. No! Connor did.
It's quiet, but let's keep things civil. This woman will have the audience she seeks to help me. To help. I was.
Ma!
You see?
I.
Of. I.
Thing is strengthened.
Oh, that's a bummer. We're like depopulating just everywhere, aren't we?
Get out of here!
You should run while you can.
Tegan. Oh, Tegan. Are you alright?
I am
better now, I think. My mind is my own again.
Blessed Andraste. I would never have forgiven myself had you died. Not after I brought you here. The fool I am. Please. Connor's not responsible for this. There must be some way we can save him.
I'm not about to kill a
Connor
child.
is no longer a child. He's an abomination.
You! You did this to Connor!
I didn't summon any demon. I told you. Please, if you'll let me help.
Help? You betrayed me! I brought you here to help my son, and in return you poisoned my husband?
This is the mage you spoke of? Didn't you say he was in the dungeon?
He was. I assumed the creatures had killed him by now. He must have been set free.
Yes. And I stand by my decision.
I know what you must think of me, my lady. I took advantage of your fear. I'm sorry. I never knew it would come to this.
Well, I shan't turn away his help. Not yet. And if Connor is truly an abomination...
He's not always the demon you saw. Connor is still inside him, and sometimes he breaks through. Please, I just want to protect him.
Isn't that what started this? You hired the mage to teach Connor in secret, to protect him.
If they discovered Connor had magic, then they'd take him away. I thought if he learned just enough to hide it, then...
What are our options?
I wouldn't normally suggest slaying a child, but he's an abomination. I'm not sure there's any choice.
We can't kill a young boy, demon or no demon. Please don't say we're considering that.
Connor is my nephew. But... he is also possessed by a demon. Death would be... merciful.
There is another option, though I loathe offering it. A mage could confront the demon in the Fade without hurting Connor himself.
What do you mean? Is the demon not within Connor?
Not physically. The demon approached Connor in the Fade while he dreamt and controls him from there. We can use the connection between them to find the demon.
You can enter the Fade, then? And kill the demon without hurting my boy?
No, but I can enable another mage to do so. It normally requires lyrium and several mages, but I have blood magic.
What difference does that make?
Lyrium provides the power for the ritual, but I can take that power from someone's life energy. This ritual requires a lot of it, however. All of it, in fact.
So... someone must die? Someone must be sacrificed?
Yes, and then we send another mage into the Fade. I can't enter because I'm doing the ritual. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not much of an option.
Is there no other method?
Power has to come from somewhere, and that means either lyrium or blood.
Then let it be my blood. I will be the sacrifice.
What? Isolde, are you mad? Eamon would never allow this.
Either someone kills my son to destroy that thing inside him, or I give my life so my son can live. To me, the answer is clear.
Blood magic. How can more evil be of any help here? Two wrongs don't make a right.
Connor is blameless in this. He should not have to pay the price.
I really wish I could switch out my party members.
My friend, you know more about such things than I do, and it's your companion going into the Fade. The decision is yours.
There must be another way to
Find
do it.
lyrium and more mages at the Circle of Magi, if they would even do it.
The circle tower is not far from here.
That is an excellent point. One of the treaties is also for the Circle of Magi, after all.
The tower is about a day's journey across the lake. You could attempt to get the mage's help.
But what will happen here? Connor will not remain passive forever.
I'll take that chance.
Very well. I will keep Jowan here as a precaution. He says he wants to help, so he will keep an eye on Connor with us. Go to the tower quickly, then. The longer you are away, the greater the chances of disaster.
Going. Try to be not enough. Force our hand. Quick. Right. Nice try. Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
That goes to the second floor. That goes out to the courtyard.
Yes.
Still trying to find that missing woman. Hopefully I can do that without triggering the boy. No, wait. Dang it. I walked right back down where I came from.
Corpses!
Oh, right. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Going. And I'm off. And I'm off. Going.
Yeah, we're pretty much as stacked as we can get. There's Gunna. Yeah, we're not confronting him until we're ready. We have to talk to the Circle of Magi for that.
I do not like this talk of possessions and spirits and
gonna go to our campsite.
I don't understand. You look like a woman.
What's not to understand about that?
You are a Grey Warden, so it follows that you can't be a woman.
Grey Wardens can't be women?
Women are priests, artisans, shopkeepers, or farmers. They don't fight.
That's not a very comprehensive list.
The laborers, soldiers, and Ashkari are men. There is nothing else left.
None of this makes any sense then.
Exactly.
I'm a woman and I'm fighting.
One of those things can't be true. A person is born, Gunari or human or elven or dwarf. He doesn't choose that. The size of his hands, whether he is clever or foolish, the land he comes from, the color of his hair, these are beyond his control.
I do.
We do not choose, we simply are.
But a person can choose what to do.
And they will see.
Oh, the traitors aren't here. Oh, they are here. Good.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road.
So what's your story, exactly?
Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Go on.
So, as I said, things were going well. But good things must come to an end. One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that.
Yeah, I know he's amazing. It's just that for that particular quest and where I was, I knew the answers I was going to give, you know, being all noble and whatnot, he would disapprove of. So really the only people I could have taken with me there were Roland, Alistair, and the priestess. And did you steal them?
Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost ties. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold.
Better do something with them than leave them to rot, right?
That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back.
Now, here you are.
Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Where do these goods come from? Not deep roads?
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the lost ties, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming.
What do you
People
mean?
flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And
Yeah, I've definitely talked to a lot of
sometimes
people in the
my boy and
camp.
we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch.
Everyone has to make
That's
a
what I
living
tell
somehow.
myself too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend.
You didn't mention your son in your tale.
Ah, yes. I'm married to a fine woman back in Denerim, it's true. She'd give me a son if she could, but that's not likely to ever be. Sandal here. I found him in the deep roads years ago. Abandoned, I think, and he was never quite right in the head. I took him in, and I brought him with me when I came here to the surface. He may not be my blood, true, but I think of him as one.
We left Orzammar.
That's right, boy. Maybe one day we'll see it again.
Blood isn't all that's
That's
important.
how I've always felt. As long as he's happy, so am I. It's not as if I don't benefit, mind you. Turns out the boy's a natural working with enchantments. He might have even been lyrium-addled. I never thought of that before, to be honest. Happens sometimes. He can work an enchantment into just about anything, however, given some time. Could probably open his own shop, if he knew how.
Enchantment.
Well, he does seem to enjoy it, at least. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
I will sell him that. I will sell him that. What has he got here? Main hand, tier 7, requires 31 strength. Pretty nice benefits, but holy crap, is that thing expensive! He has some really nice stuff, but good God, is it expensive! Good God. He has got some expensive ass shit. "26 dexterity. Sentimental reasons?
Yes.
Of course.
Oh, I can go through everyone here. Good. So no one can use the fox's bow just yet. I think that's probably best. Electricity resistance, cold resistance. Probably just swap them out as need be, I guess. No one can use the fox's bow! No one can use the fox's bow! Magic staff. Nope. Give you those boots so you have actually something on your feet. For the hell of it. Never know when a Darkspawn spawn bonus shield might come in handy, so I might as well keep it on a character and not have it weighing me down in my inventory. But no one can wear the Warden Commander boots except for me, can they? I guess I have to kind of wear them, don't I? I get an item set bonus either way. No one can wear the Blood Dragon armor. Wait a second. Nope, just me. And like I said, it's sentimental reasons. It's role-playing. Requires 36 strength, so the only way to get anyone to wear, well, Commander's plate boots don't really offer any good advantage, do they? This has actually got some pretty good benefits on it. The Blood Dragon really doesn't. Aside from being, you know, tier 6. My Warden Commander armor is still significantly better. Well, let's sell these. That'll free up a good amount of space.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased.
Still can't afford that. Good God, he has some great stuff, but it is horribly expensive. Got to sell him a mace, dang it.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure... Now you're the herbalist, but how do I get to your actual herbalism skills? That's the question.
See, I want to be able to craft some stuff, but I can't figure out how to do it in this area, since I don't actually have a proper party. Like, I feel like I should be able to craft something, but I can't. Alright, where's Alistair?
What do you need? Ask away.
I know I picked up Alistair's amulet for his mother, but it doesn't show up anywhere in my inventory, which is kind of annoying. Camera up. Records, spells and talents, world menu. Yep, crafting like poisons and potions. I also know that I picked up Alistair's mother's amulet, but I can't find any way of bringing up the conversation with him. I figured I could just talk to him, or I could just give him the item from the inventory, but it doesn't show up here under accessories. It's not showing up here. It's not showing up here. It's not showing up here. No, I didn't. In fact, I haven't seen it anywhere in my inventory. I know I picked it up because I saw a little pop-up screen saying Alistair's mother's amulet. But I have not seen it anywhere in my inventory ever since I picked it up. And that was the first thing I tried to do. When I saw it, the first thing I thought was, oh look, an item with Alistair's name on it. Let me see if I can equip it on him and get some type of special bonus. Look in my inventory, it's nowhere in there. So it's gotta be... I'm guessing it was added like a codex item, but for the life of me, I don't even know how to open up the codex. I opened up the codex like once, and I haven't been able to open it up again. thing is... I can double check if I sold it, because I mean, I know I didn't sell it, that's the thing though, so it's just not showing up
You
anywhere.
and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Yeah, it's not here. This has all the stuff I sold him. No. No. There it is, Alistair's mother's amulet gift. I don't know why I didn't see it before. It's so weird. There we go.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it at Redcliffe Castle. You were there with me. We were in the study.
Oh, the Arl study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Perhaps you need more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from this. When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow. Huh. I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
Sorry, did you say something? You're a friend, of course I remember.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again. What do you need?
I'm good.
What do you need? Ask away.
No. Guess there isn't anything else I should talk to him about. I've really been neglecting my party, so I'm only doing a lot of talking to my party in this episode before we head off to the Circle of Magi.
Yes.
We should talk to Sten. So, what were you doing in that
Sitting,
cage?
as you observed.
Do you have to be so literal?
No, it's a choice, not a necessity.
Are you going to answer my
I
question?
did. Parshera, was there anything else?
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak then.
What do you mean about human wisdom?
Perhaps if humans sought wisdom beyond the walls of Chantries, they might find it now and then.
Don't the Qunari have places of worship?
Qunari do not worship.
Then what do you know about wisdom?
I know that it cannot be found unless sought. There is little point in pursuing this. We should move on. Very well.
There's some wisdom in the chant, you
Then
know.
someone should release it into the wild. It is in danger of dying out.
What do you have against
3
the chant?
exalted marches and the Tevinter Imperium. Tell me, where is the wisdom in crying for a derelict god to save you?
What would you do then?
My people have a tale. A great Ashkari during his travels came upon a village in the desert. There he found the houses crumbling, the earth so dry and dead that the people tied themselves to each other for fear a strong wind would carry the ground out from under their feet. Nothing grew there except the bitter memory of gardens. The Ashkari stopped the first man he saw and asked what happened here. Drought came, and the world changed from prosperity to ruin, the man told him.
Go on.
Change it back, the Ashkari replied. The villager became angry then, believing the Ashkari mocked him, for no one could simply change the world on a whim. To which the Ashkari answered, "Then change yourself. You make your own world." Believe in whatever you like, absent creators or whimsical gods. Follow prophets or Ashkari or omens in the earth and sky. You will find wisdom only if you seek it. Harshera, we should move on. Very well.
What do you
when
believe
your
in
people
then?
join us, you'll find out.
What do you
Our
mean?
ships will come to these shores, and the Antam will bring this land to the Kyun. But it does no good to dwell on it. Harshera, we should move on. Very well. Then I suggest we move on.
I think you should leave. Let's go. Let's...
I am hardly surprised.
Why'd you come to
To answer a
Ferelden?
question,
What was the
were
answer?
you not at Ostagar when the army was overwhelmed? That is your answer.
Don't you have to report back then?
Yes.
When are you go? When are you going to do
Never.
that?
I cannot go home.
Well, you can stay with us.
Thank you. Can we move on? We keep the Darkspawn waiting. As
Let's
you
go.
wish.
You know, you have to work on. You have to work with your party. You can't just be cold and heartless. Now, is there an actual way of seeing my relationships? Armor. Fatigue. Yeah, I'm not seeing a crafting option here. And she's one of my crafters.
My friend, I have to admit that I am curious about the role and responsibilities of a Grey Warden. I understand that the rites involved in the ceremony are kept secret, but please tell me, how does one become a Grey Warden?
I was forced to drink Darkspawn blood. I never really wanted it.
Drinking Darkspawn blood makes you a Grey Warden? I'm sure it must entail something else aside from that. I understand you are one now because you were forced, but for someone as lowly as me, a mere knight, being part of the Grey Wardens is something I dream about. Since there are only 2 of you left, I was thinking that maybe I could not only fight at your side, but become a warden myself.
It's not so easy. It requires other unknown ingredients.
It's a shame that you don't know anything else about the joining. There must be some document still. Somewhere. Maybe?
I'll double check after this conversation. You can die if you're weak, or be murdered if you
So
refuse.
only the fittest survives, either by strength of the body or strength of the mind. I can
I kinda
imagine
like
that's
this guy
something
more.
very hard for the people who are conscripted. You, for instance, who were forced into a life you did not wish. But me, I would have tried nevertheless.
I guess it's a risk every hopeful has to take.
One that I'm still willing to take, if I ever have the chance. I understand how hard this must be for you, and I'm sorry. But for me, well, I'd like to live that life. Yes? What can I do for you?
Well, I asked
Of
you questions
course.
about the past. I have
I'll
nothing
be
to ask,
here
apparently.
when you do, then.
Not seeing anything. Oh, the bar's at the bottom. Down here. I see what you mean now. Question is, I don't think I can actually activate this. Only main character is active while in camp. Yeah, so I can't actually activate their skills. That's what I thought.
Yes? What can I do for you? Of
Well, I have to
course.
know what happened. What happened at the
Micah
castle?
knows. We were all caught by surprise. Hal had been on good terms with the family for years. Nobody suspected anything. The soldiers arrived in the morning as planned to march to battle, but they attacked us instead. I tried so hard to save the castle and everyone in it. I could not.
It's not your fault it fell.
I know
Believe
that,
me.
to an extent. I just can't stop thinking that all my hard work and training could not prevent that from happening.
It was a lesson to be learned.
And I assure you, this won't go unpunished.
Roland approves.
Yes? What can I do for you? Of course.
What happened to you in
I
the
told
battle?
the family to escape, and then I stayed with the rest of the men to hold the doors for as long as we could. We knew we would not be able to hold them for long, so when Howe's men rammed them open, we fought. I ended up being wounded and knocked unconscious.
They weren't trying to kill you?
I am not sure if they were or not, really. Not everyone was killed. There were many prisoners beside me when I finally opened my eyes.
Go on.
Hal was parading himself before us, giving a speech on how much he had waited for this and how he deserved it.
If anyone was unconscious or wounded, or felt too much pain to pay attention, they would hit them and throw cold water on them to make them listen.
What did he say
I don't
exactly?
remember much of what he said, just what I told you. I was bleeding from an open wound in my head. I felt dizzy. Everything was a blur. I was one of those who got hit and dragged around, as if more punches could make me focus.
He could have said something important, though.
I imagine he could, but probably he just wanted to brag and look at the defeated. He even gathered the remaining servants and children and made them listen to his babbling before forcing them to burn the dead. Forgive me. This is too much for me now. I'd like some time of my own.
He'll pay for
Assure
this.
you, he will.
Roland approves.
Yes? What can I do for you? Of course.
What happened to the castle? What happened to the people of the castle?
This is hard for me. I have never seen such little mercy towards the fallen. When we were dragged outside, I regained consciousness and saw many wounded, but nobody was allowed to tend to them. The Jarl's general pointed at the ones that needed desperate help and made the soldiers kill them mercilessly. They killed men, women, and children alike. Many of the surviving women were brutally beaten and raped by the soldiers. Men were forced to entertain the troops. It was horrible, utterly horrible. There was no dignity for anybody. Everybody was abused. People who were still able to walk, servants, they were forced to loot and bodies of the dead. People they knew, friends and family.
Yeah, Arl, he allowed all this?
I do not think he cared at all. From the little I could see or understand, he stood there giving orders to his generals. He then went inside while the nightmare took place. The screams, that's what I remember the most. The screams of the women.
If we survive this point, I'll help you hunt him down.
I want him handed to the authorities. Or his head on a pike. I don't really care which one, as long as he pays for what he's done. For now, we have another task ahead. We should try to rest before we continue with it tomorrow. Yes? What can I do for you?
Don't leave yourself, Roland.
Well, I've served in Kuzlan Castle for years, since my own father sent me to squire there. My father is a minor lord in the Bannorn, but our land is little more than a glorified farmstead. I do miss it, though. The valleys of the Bannorn are beautiful this time of year. I took great pride in serving the town, and I wanted to become a general in the army. Still, if I had the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens, I wouldn't hesitate.
You would leave the army for the Wardens, then?
I imagine. Joining the Wardens is the highest service one can render.
I like this guy. I'm actually liking a lot of these guys. Nothing at the top of the screen I can click on. Nothing at the bottom of the screen I can click on. I've got a character, nothing I can do here. There is absolutely nothing. If I want to access their skills, I have to put them into a party, it looks like. Alright.
Yes?
I think you should go. Nothing, never mind. I like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in.
You dreamed of the
I
light?
did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
This made you wish to help us?
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
Chantry says the Maker is left us. I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. come. There's a blight to stop. Yes? Well, here I am.
What was life like in the Chantley cloister?
It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
That's why I'm not particularly fond of them. Condescending? How
when
so?
I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now. Yes?
But I haven't.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothareg's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
Well, they don't teach you to fight in the cloister,
Did
do
you think
they?
there was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on. Yes? Well, here I am.
You're a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
I thought about Darkspawn.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Alright. I think I've listened to enough stories. Let's move on, shall we? Gather your party and venture forth, yes. Well, we're gonna go to the Mage's Imperium, so it should be kind of interesting to toss our priest, our mage, and of course Alistair, because we always bring Alistair with us. Because he's just so fun to be with. The Circle Tower. So I need to go to the docks. Oh look, someone's trying to pick a fight with us. That won't go very well for them, will it?
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the Tyke as our own.
Wait, what? Hey, whoop, hit, stop, hit. They just did a Superman thing, didn't they? That was totally Superman! Okay then! So apparently Superman exists in the world of Dragon Age Origins.
Tis you.
Don't have any flasks. I can make this though.
Yes?
What is the name they have for Mother and I? Apostates? Truly, it boggles the mind.
Now if there's some way I could just get my, if there's only some way I could scroll the, mini-map out. Sorry, my looter sense is distracting me.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
And exactly how you want me to help you.
Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet. Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Make us smile upon you.
Going.
Wow, I've never seen one of you knife-ears dressed like the King of Ferelden before. You made good for yourself, eh?
Is that so surprising?
Oh, I don't mean no offense. I know I shoot my mouth off. I'm just not used to your kind, trussed up all fancy.
My kind?
You know, elves, pointy ears, skinny legs. Oh, there I go again. I don't mean nothing by it. I swear I should start over. I'm mighty pleased to be making your acquaintance, miss.
So
I'm the ferryman. Leastwise, I used to be. Poor old Kester. Out of a job.
So I can't
Gregor
get across.
just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester. We got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy. Named for my grandmum, she was.
Who's Gregor?
He's Knight Commander of the Templars up in the tower. Good man.
There's no way for me to get to the... So there's something wrong with the tower.
They didn't tell me nothing. And if I know they're mages, I'm better off keeping out of their business. If I had to guess, I'd guess it had to do with magic, but the tower's always got something to do with magic.
Is there no way to go
You could try
across?
swimming, but I don't recommend it. Nasty things in that lake. I reckon it's all them potions they dump in there. Gregor's told me to stay here till it blows over, but I'm telling you, some storms don't blow over easy.
I convinced the Templars to
You're
let me in.
good at that. I'm sure your mind's all afire now, eh?
So what's your opinion
I
on the
reckon it's
circle?
good for them mages. Gather them all, learn them some proper magics. I know what they say about mages, but the Maker made them for a purpose. If you can't trust him, who can you trust?
So you know that I might Commander
Oh,
Gregor
I can't
well.
say that. I'm lucky he's good enough to give me the time of day. The first enchanter's all right. He's polite as can be, but he's always a little distant, if you get my drift. But Gregor'll stay to talk. I reckon he likes hearing from us common folk, you know? He's a man to be respected, that Gregor. All right.
Well, thank you.
Keep safe, you hear?
Oh, right.
I'm getting these love letters added every time I go into a new zone.
What are you looking at? Can a man drink
And
in
I'm
peace?
off. Allow me. I could do that for you. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Ha! Watered down ale, damp beds, rickety stools.
Good day.
Why do I even bother?
Good day, and welcome to the Spoiled Princess. Is there something I can get for you?
Why is the inn called the Spoiled Princess?
It's my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling inn. The name stuck. That's the story. Of
Keep it going.
course. If there's anything I can get you, just let me know.
How deep is this lake? Do you think we're allowed to swim in it?
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass.
I am a Grey Warden, and I seek the assistance of the maiden.
Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it.
Well, I have these documents
Yes.
here.
Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that?
Not much. You're obviously a
And if you
Templar.
can't prove you're who you say you are, I'm not letting you in. Anyway, it was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go.
Because Fury doesn't like it that you're giving me
Oh,
trouble.
really? You think Gregor would be upset with me for not letting you in? Wait, actually, he would. Good point.
Well then, very well. We should try best to avoid that, shouldn't
He's
we?
the big guy around here. I bet he could deal with one Grey Warden. Alleged Grey Warden. Well,
two.
You want that I should take you there now?
Please.
Come along, I suppose.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray.
You're Gregor, aren't you, I assume?
Who are you? I explicitly told Carol not to bring anyone across the lake. We're dealing with a very delicate situation. You must leave for your own safety.
No, the mages have an obligation to the Grey
I am
Warden.
weary of the Grey Warden's ceaseless need for men to fight the Darkspawn, but it is their right. You'll find no allies here. The Templars can spare no men, and the mages are indisposed. I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. The circle is lost. The tower has fallen.
Sounds like the Templars haven't been doing their jobs. Now, that'll piss off Alistair. What can I do to
sent
help?
word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
The right of
The right
annulment?
of annulment gives Templars the authority to neutralize the Mage Circle. Completely.
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again.
The mages are not defenseless. Some must still
Any
live.
are still alive. The Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing.
I will look for survivors.
I assure you, an abomination is a force to be reckoned with, and you will face more than one.
I must try. It is the right thing to do. Abominations cannot stand against me. I have confidence in my own
If you
abilities.
succeed, I would owe you much. Enough that I would pledge my Templars to your cause. Without word from Denerim, I must determine our course. Surely destroying Darkspawn is a worthy goal.
That's all you
I
can
have
offer me.
nothing to offer you, but gratitude and service. I have heard the tower holds many valuable artifacts. I expect we'll have to consider them lost or destroyed.
Ah, perhaps I can save some of these artifacts.
A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
They'll rip you apart and eat you from the inside out.
I have to like staff at it. Nah, not that powerful.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies, and I don't know how much longer we'll last.
We
You
need
need
the
help?
abominations and demons out of this place, if that's what you mean. If you have anything to trade, that would be helpful too.
Alright, let's trade. Yeah, not too powerful. Yeah. Ah, good grief, that's expensive. No, that's fine. Though I do have a bunch of gifts, so I think I should find who I should give them to. Might be a good thing to do at this point. Get them out of my inventory. Well, the lamb bone should be pretty easy to figure out who I give that to. I can't give it to him at the moment. Bronze symbol of Andraste.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Now, what is this? What would I give the golden scythe to? This battlefield spirit maintains a chill even in direct sunlight, which it appears to absorb. Optimal serving is best by the drop. Contact with exposed flesh is discouraged, but likely inevitable. I don't know who to give that one to. Who do I give these things to? The golden scythe. I'm thinking that would be something Morgana would like. What do you think? Do you think Morgana likes the golden scythe? probably actually Google it. Ah, a character I haven't got yet. Alright, fine. Let's look through the other things I have. That's obviously something I would give to the dog. I mean, come on, let's be obvious here. Who else would I give the lamb bone to but the dog? Let's see. Small carved statuette, though. A small carving of a robed woman. I'm thinking either Alistair or Lillian would like that one. Let me go and pull this up. Dragon Age Origins Gift Guide. Sten likes painting. I can kind of see Sten liking paintings.
I could get used to this, you know.
So who would like the ring? That's another statuette, so that would also
Is
be...
that for me? Really? Wow! Wow!
I've got steel bracers and silver ring. Yeah, so the funniest thing is I kind of imagine giving that to the dog. I don't know why. Maybe because it has warhounds on it, but... Traces the line of Arl Aemon back to the time of the Elmari clans. Well, that's a book, isn't it? I don't think anyone specifically likes books. But who would like the bracers, really? That's a question. Let's see. Try to improve Morgana's opinion of me.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Now, steel bracers just generic. Or is that someone specifically would like that? And that's for a different character, right? Because there's a different character who likes books, right?
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Be on your guard. They could attack at any moment.
And I'm off.
I can't leave, okay.
Oh, right. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Ah. So we'll have to keep an eye out for the apprentice's notes.
Yes.
The book was called The Gurians of Ferelden, a genealogical history.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
What do you wish of me?
Never mind. Oh look, there's Wayne right there.
Stop, right there. Take another step, and I swear I will strike you down where you stand.
Calm down, I'm not going to do anything.
Mage of the Circle, and these children are under my protection. Who are you? And what is your purpose here? Have the Templars opened the door? Speak quickly. I'll have no games.
I'm helping Gregor resolve the Circle's difficulties.
Then you do serve the Templars, as I feared. Do they have the right of annulment?
No, but Gregor expects to arrive
Gregor
soon.
thinks the circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the right, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
What happened here?
Suffice to say that we had something of a revolt on our hands, led by a mage named Uldred. When he returned from the battle at Ostagar,
I think I might have
tried to take over the circle. As you can see, it didn't work out as he had planned. I don't know what became of Uldred, but I am certain all this is his doing. I will not lose the circle to one man's pride and stupidity.
She sounds familiar. So what do you
erected a
intend?